what did Ruby know? When did she know it? Was she tricking Sam the whole time? What was up with that?
From Ruby's very, very first introduction in Sarah's. No, it was she popped in at the end of Magnificent Seven, and then the first time you really saw her had a conversation was
she like kicked ass in your episode, and
then
just like
actually,
ate
and then
french fries
right, and then was actually well written in Sarah's episode. But from the jump, she was always a bad guy. We always knew her motivation was to drive the boys apart and to double cross them. She was always working for the demons, and so it was always like really frustrating to read the online chatter about her, about those morons, and why are they trying to make her likable, and she'll, and in her back pocket we knew that she was evil, and we knew that in our world the universe made sense, and up was still up and down was still down, but we couldn't tell anyone about it.
Right.
And we kept trying probably wrongly, we kept trying to make episodes to try to make her likable so that we could pull the rug out from under anybody, but there was that little problem that
You're pulling the meta veil off our process. You gotta stop that.
Yeah. There's that little problem that she was a demon, and at the end of the day, you never entirely trust a demon. But yeah, she was always a bad guy.
All right. I solicited some questions from these wonderful people on my website and Twitter and all the rest. One that kept coming up was who changed the voicemail message in the finale when the Dean tries to call Sam and kind of try to start making amends. Can anyone address? Will we find that out, and/or can you just tell us?
I'm not going to tell you. I think it's a really interesting question and
Okay.
open for debate.
All right.
So some of those things is just sort of fun to talk about and discuss. So no, and I don't think I'll.
He's not answering because he doesn't know.
Yeah. Otherwise, in short, I don't know. No, and actually, I have my belief of it, but I actually don't think I'll ever say, because I think it's kind of an interesting question that we always talk about in set.
Oh, interesting.
Thank you. I don't know who you are.
Oh, there. Okay.
I love you too.
Don't get them started, man.
Do get him started. What are you talking about? I don't know. Another big thing that came up when things people want to know, what's the relationship between the boys like? This has been it's an apocalypse has been unleashed, and that's bound to be a downer. Because we saw season 4. Part of what made it so great was that these two guys who had this incredible bond had their share of issues, which only got worse. And now, are they even worse? Where are we at with that?
Who wants to?
I have no idea,
Okay.
so I can.
Sarah or Ben?
Well, the apocalypse is surprisingly amusing, I think.
Yeah.
First of all,
It's
I
a
think
laugh
last
riot.
season was, we had funny episodes and we had gallows humor and whatever, but it was at times almost suicidally dark, especially for sound.
Yeah.
And this season, we're in the apocalypse. It doesn't get much worse than Lucifer roaming the earth, and it's kind of funny at points. Am I wrong?
No, it is.
Pretty bonkers.
Yeah.
So we're enjoying it actually.
I have an image if I could put it forward. Because I agree. I think that you consider it to be each episode 22 people in a line waiting to be hung, and you get crack every week. Crack. Episode 3 crack, right? And then and you're waiting, and then episode 7's in front of you, and he's pissing his pants, but the guy behind you makes a joke, and it's really funny.
Yeah. And
So the boys' relationship?
yeah, I would say in terms. I would say in terms of the boys' relationship.
I'm sorry, right?
Yeah. Thanks for answering the question, guys. No, I would say the boys' relationship. I mean, oddly enough, it was funny. It was like in the beginning of the season, because the executives call you, and they're like, so you're doing the apocalypse, and are you afraid that's going to be, I don't know, depressing? And our feeling is my answer, and it's sincere, I said, funny enough, this is, even though yes, it's the apocalypse, it's the end of the world, and it's revelation, and oceans are boiling, and we lost pandas today, whatever. Hilariously enough, in our twist. I meant it sincerely. This is the most optimistic season of Supernatural we've ever done. Because we spent all last season like tearing the guys apart, and this is the season, slowly, painfully, getting as much angst out of it as possible. But this is the season they come back together. And like, I mean, family is gonna save the world, and so when you're in this sort of big story, and you can, for once, probably aim towards the good guys winning for once. That actually makes it very Pollyanna in its tone.
It's the party apocalypse, right? It's the party apocalypse.
Yeah. Well, because of our budget constraints, we've been calling it the Walmart apocalypse.
I'm interested in Castiel's arc. What he does not. We're going to see him beyond the bits of him in Chuck's hair. What's his status? Is he?
Which was actually some of my best work.
I thought so. I didn't want to say, but yeah, absolutely.
I have wanted to say.
Is he the same Castiel? Does he have the same? He's had incredible abilities and whatnot. What transpires for him? Is he a different guy?
Yeah, I think he's different. When you're blown molar by molar into someone's hair, it changes you. So I think that I've lost a bit of my angel mojo, and I've lost some friends. And I also have a very ambitious mission that I'm on, which I'm not going to tell you what it is, because that would be too satisfying for you. But yeah, it's kind of an epic arc, or beginning to an arc anyway. Maybe it fizzles out, I don't know.
Yeah, it goes nowhere. It goes nowhere. And emotionally he becomes, he's cut off from heaven and sort of full on in rebellion, hunted, afraid, and so there's also,
I don't know about afraid.
Yeah, well, hunted and brave. That's interesting, entertainment. But he goes through, he's actually, it's one of the arcs that I think excites us the most in the writer's room, both in terms of sort of mythology arc he's on, which we can't give away, but like emotionally, he has to sort of learn to become human and in his own way, because he's sort of cut off from, he's not this sort of ethereal alien anymore, and so I'll give one teaser away in episode 3, and then this is all I'll say about it, just to get you to tune in. I'm not even going to tell you what it is except headline, which is Dean takes Cass to a whorehouse. So, that sort of story. Fun hijinks.
That sounds
Can I go?
awesome.
Bobby cannot go.
Aww.
Sorry, Bobby. Sorry, Jim.
One big question for me before I open it up to your amazing questions. We've heard some tell, Mr. Kripke, that you only wanted to do 5 seasons, but golly, I would be happy with 6 or more. Anybody? More? Anybody? Care to comment?
Here's the honest answer. The honest answer is because I have very low self-esteem. I never in my wildest dreams, dreamt that the show would actually go 5 years. And so now that it's actually gone 5 years and it keeps picking up steam, I'm like a little shocked. The expression I use is I'm like the chick with the glasses in the teen comedy, and then like, why do they want to ask me to prom? And I don't quite get it. So, but that having been said, I'm going to cross that bridge when I get to it. If there's more stories to tell and we're fired up about it, then it's certainly a very real possibility. We're like base camp on Everest. Like we are just, finishing the writing of episode 3, and we have 20, and we're breaking episode 6, and we have 22 more, we have then 16 more after that, and I'm just not. I'm just so neck deep in season 5 that we'll just see what happens on season 6.